Good morning, everyone. How are you this morning? I thought I'd just show you today how pretty it is here from our upstairs attic window. You see out there the beautiness of the day. So pretty out. It's just a quiet day after Easter. So, well, I wanted for the longest time to do I wanted to write a book. That's always been my goal. And I was deciding today what I want to write my book about. So, what I'm going to do is today, I think I'm going to show you what I have decided I am going to use to write my book. So, well, I'm trying to figure out here how to switch this over, but I have not figured that out yet. So you'll have to deal with me here, and I'll talk to you in a few minutes because I have to go from the attic down to the basement. But then again, maybe you just want to take the trip with me. So we're going to head down the steps here. Here's a sign at the bottom of our attic. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it says, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. John 8:12. This is a poster that we bought for our first living room and military housing when I got married 23 years ago in June. And this thing has moved all over the world with the country with us. So it's neat how some things that you have just last forever, you know. And of course, my wife and me are both teachers, so we must have our A for apple. Okay, I'm coming down the attic steps down to our second floor, which is the bedroom areas, which we won't talk about. And then we come downstairs here, and we have this beautiful glass window right there in the hallway. Look how pretty that is. So I just thought I'd show you that on our way down. As we're coming down the steps, we have our what you would like to call our retro radio, record player, cassette player, all that right there. So it works really well. And then on top, my wife has taken one of our little Christmas trees, if I can get a good picture of that, and I've put flowers on it to make it springtime, so that's pretty neat. And then as we walk around, we're coming through the house, and here's our front door, and it has just a pretty design to it, and very nice. Well, as we head down to the basement to get the things that I have decided to write about, got to come out here first. Looking from the front of our house. It's pretty windy, so you might not be able to hear me very well, but we have this huge front porch, and it's getting to be springtime, so it'll be a good time to bring out a book and just enjoy the time out here. Yeah, we have a weird tree. I forget what they call that tree, but that tree is hard to keep trim. We have a lot of, what you want to call it, we have a lot of trim and a lot of landscape to do. And if we come down here a little bit, we have a lot of steps. But right here we have all this. I don't know if I can focus in more on it, but we have a brick sidewalk right in front of our house. Well, we got the yard mowed, so now it'll be time for the yearly spray of weeds, which you can see is desperately needed. But if you look out farther, you see how smooth our driveway is. Well, our driveway is so uh, smooth and redone because when we first bought our house 4 years ago, uh, they replaced water lines and gas lines and everything right in that area. So when they did that, they took up our brick sidewalk and redid all the pipe in there. I don't know if you can see the pipe, maybe not, but those people that did that repair came and replaced all those bricks. I don't know how I would have ever done that. So that was a blessing for sure. But as we come back in, since I'm out here, let me show you some of the front of the house, if I can get it with the sun being so bright. But we have right here in front of us, we have, I don't know if that'll show up, but maybe if I do that, we have like in front of our house, we have lights and landscaping also. So you see it keeps us quite busy. And we do have someone that'll come in and help us. But he comes in about twice a year to take care of those things. So, well, we are going to start down into our wonderful dining room. But first, let's make a little stop to see our wonderful buddies that are staring at me and jumping up and down and want petted. The gold one is Daisy. She's our first one. She's my baby. I guess we're kind of very close because, here you get a smile for me, Daisy. Smile, there we go. And then Cassie's more the baby. Oh, yes, Daisy. Yes, yes, yes. Me and Daisy have a bond because we went all the way to Kentucky to get her. And we rode back together, didn't we? Yeah. But we got Cassie here. We got her to try to help. Oh, well, you heard that. To try to help calm down Daisy when she was younger. But as you can see, she still is a mouthy dog. She's, how you want to say, very opinionated. Well, here we are. We're going down into our basement. Our basement is kind of in the middle of a transformation. So it's kind of dirty. We're trying to get rid of things, and our son, this used to be his sanctuary before he moved. So now he's moved, so we got to get some things rearranged and packed up. And then we come into my old office that I have not used in ages. It's right below the porch, so sometimes when it rains it'll leak into this, and I just haven't got it taken care of. And then you see right here is this very messy desk, but that is a desk that they had left us, so it is kind of a workspace that needs cleaned up. It's a great big as you can see there, desk. I think he left it because he couldn't get it out. The person we bought the house from was a retired Navy officer, and this was their home. They lived here for 30 years. They were in their mid-80s, and the steps were just getting too much for them, so they decided to put it on the market. And here we go on the one cabinet. It says Navy. Well, when we moved in, I had a sticker that said U.S. Army, because that's what I was. And China, that's where I served. And I thought, well, where can I put this? Well, my daughter said, Winona, she said, stick it up on the cabinet, Dad. And I thought, you know what, that's not a bad idea. So I figured, well, if it keeps passing down from military to military, from one service to another, hey, maybe this will become a service board. Who knows? But anyhow, as we come down here, I had decided, as I was telling you all, my grandmother, let me see if it's in this cabinet, and I don't see them, but my grandmother, I need to ask my wife because I do not see them in there, but we had written letters to each other for years. Ever since I had moved out on my own at 18, I had always wrote my grandmother. Well, then and even especially when I was in the military, well, my grandmother was a very good writer. She was very objective. Like, she just told me how everyone was doing. She didn't give opinions about things. She just told me how everyone was doing. I take that back. Once in a great while, she would voice her opinion. But, I mean, that was very slow. Hey, dear.
Yes.
Do you know where my letters are from my grandmother?
No.
Okay. Well, we might have to stop this video and look for the letters because as of right now, we can't find them. But when we find them, I'll bring them back and you can see them, the letters she has written me. Well, here is our long, beautiful staircase, and it goes up and then it stops and goes up. But this is what really sold us on our home. To buy it is this chandelier in the foyer. So, okay, well, I guess, woohoo, there you go. Okay, well, we are going to go for now, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.